Greetings and salutations. It's been a week since I got my braces on, and I thought I would do a little follow-up and let you know how it has gone. When I got my braces that morning, I weighed myself and I was 188.8 pounds. And today I weighed myself and it was 189.6, which means I have gained a total of 0.8 pounds. And my response to that is, who cares? I mean, 0.8 pounds, that could be anything. It could be water, it could be the braces. No, they don't weigh that much. It could be a lot of things, so I'm not too worried about it. On my diet days, I stuck to my 500 calorie limit pretty much. And on my feast days, because I'm eating softer foods, there was more pastas and things like that. And last week when I was stressed out before the diet, I was overeating and going over my 2,000 limit. And I think that that's changed this week, which means that next week I'll probably see those results. I don't know about any of you, but I find that whether I've had a good week or a bad week, it doesn't really show up the following day. It shows up like a week later. So, if I have like a really bad week and I've gone way too far or something, and then a few days later I'm like, wow, I'm not gaining or anything like that, I'm still doing great, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe I have to be careful, because sometimes I trick myself into thinking, well, I can just continue doing what I was doing before. But then a week goes by and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the weight is kind of staying the same, or it's gone up a little bit. It's not a big deal. I am not one of these people that is having these 3-pound, 5-pound gains during the week, because I am still pretty much sticking to the plan, which is the 500 calories on my diet days and then the 2,000 calories roughly on my feasting days. So there's that. I will be interested to see what happens the rest of the week. Today was supposed to be a diet day, and I was going to stick to it, but we had a optometrist appointment today, and yesterday was a feast day, but I thought we're out and about, maybe we could make this a feast day. So we went to some buffet, and I don't know if it was the food or if, I don't know, they say that normal eye drops, if you drop it in food, it'll give you like all kinds of stomach distress. I don't know if it was the food or because they gave me an extra drop of the eye solution or whatever in my eye. I got violently ill at the restaurant. I guess I don't need to go into any more. You can just imagine how horrible that was. And I still don't know. Once I got out of there and it was cooler and got into the Jeep and had the air conditioning blowing on me, I felt a lot better. But, so... It kind of turned into a diet day again, but then I went home and I had some ice cream and some Pop-Tarts. And so anyway, I'm making it a feast day. Tomorrow's going to be a diet day, and we'll go from there. I'm still not too worried about it. Yes, I do want to get down into the low 180s before I head to Wyoming next month for a family reunion of sorts. But if I don't, I don't. At this point, I don't want to give myself any kind of deadlines. If I'm slowly losing the weight, that's all that matters. And people will be happy that they see me at the weight I'm at, and I know that they're going to think I look healthier and I feel healthier, so that's really all that matters. And I haven't really talked about this before, but last year I started my weight at around 220. I think it was pretty high. And I lost, and I did just, just kind of exercising and watching what I eat. I think I limited myself to I started out at like 1,500 calories and then worked my way down to like 1,300 calories. And I stuck with it and had a cheat day every once in a blue moon. And I lost a lot of weight. So last year when I went to Wyoming, I was down into the like 191. And it was great. But then just eating during that vacation and then we came back home, and then our daughter flew back to Minnesota where we live, and went to the state fair, and we did all kinds of crazy things then, and then they left, and then like 2 weeks later we went on a road trip, and we went all over and just eating. By the time we got done with that, I was peaking at around 200 pounds again, and by the end of the year, at Christmas, I pretty much gained everything. So at the beginning of January, I started at 217 pounds. So I didn't gain all of it back, but I gained most of it back, and it's taken this long. I got into the 190s in June, so it was a hard lesson, but at the same time, it's a good lesson, and I know that I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go through all that work, because that was a lot of work, and I just don't want to do that again, and that's why I like this diet so much, is because on the diet days, 500 calories, it's a little rough, but then the next day I can eat what I want, and it keeps me committed. So even if I am going off on these stress days, I am still getting back on the diet days and sticking with it, and reminding myself to just check my calories and be careful, and remind myself that this is what I want, and I do want to lose the weight, and forgive myself if I go a little too crazy, and it's just going to keep happening. And I think that's why I wanted to start documenting this now, because if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, oh, this is just going really slow. But if you see this, 8 months down the road, maybe I will have a different view on things and look a lot different, and then you'll be able to see what I was at now. So I don't know. I like it. I'm kind of went off topic there. Getting back to the braces, because that's what you're here for, right? It's been a week now, and as you can see there, I already noticed that there used to be like a gap in the bottom of my teeth, and from the very first day they were already pushed together, which was crazy. As far as discomfort goes, I noticed that they were pushing, and I was kind of feeling some pressure, but it felt kind of good. That part did not bother me at all. But I did notice that starting that night and the next day, if I went to bite something, it's like, no, I don't think I want to bite into anything. I wanted to stick to the soft foods like noodles and pastas and anything that I could pretty much just mash between my tongue and the roof of my mouth or something. So there was that discomfort, and also the discomfort of just my cheeks rubbing up against some of the braces. If you're familiar with braces at all, they got all these brackets, and then it's just one wire up here and one wire down here. So on the ends of the braces, they have points that stick out a little bit, and on 3 spots they don't bother me at all. But there was this 1/4 spot up here that put like a nice deep hole in my cheek. So the brace wax, oh my gosh, is such a saver. I finally just put a glove on that for a couple of days and let that heal over. And ever since then, I haven't needed to use it again, which is, I think, amazing. And then I had another problem with one down here where it was really kind of tearing up my cheek. So I put a glove on that for 24 hours and just let that kind of heal, which is amazing just how fast the insides of your mouth can heal. And then since then I haven't needed to put it back on again. There's a few places now that are kind of hurting me up here, so I may put some wax on it tonight or tomorrow if it gets too roughed up. But then I'm going to take it off because my cheeks do need to build up a resistance, calluses on my cheeks. So it just sounds lovely, right? So all in all, I think I was really concerned that I was going to just be suffering like crazy this entire week, and I haven't. That being said, even the nicest thing, if you're just sitting there and just kind of rubbing your hand, if you're doing that 24 hours a day for 7 days, you're gonna be like, no, stop. And that's kind of what braces feel like a little bit. It's not like super painful, but sometimes I'm just watching TV and it's just like, I just wish I could just take these off and put them aside for just a few hours, you know, because it's just always there, you know, it's always in my mind. I'm not at that point where I've forgotten that they're there. So there's that. But I feel optimistic, and I feel like it is getting a lot better after a week. Like tonight when I was at the buffet, I was able to bite into like a few pieces of meat, and it was kind of a little tender, but I was able to do it. So going forward, I think it's just going to keep getting easier and easier, and I'm really glad about that. And my family doesn't know about the braces yet, so I'm trying to keep it a secret until next month. We'll see if that happens. And it's going to be funny because today I went to the optometrist, and I'm going to be getting some glasses and with a little bit of bifocal, and it's just like my whole image is just going to be changing. I got the glasses, I got the braces. It's like, you know, am I turning 48 or am I turning 18? I don't really know. So anyway, that's it for my update, and I would have sent it sooner today, but my camera wasn't working, so I had to reshoot this and edit it and all that stuff. But anyway, if you're out there and you're watching these and you're enjoying what you're seeing, please give me a like. If you don't like it, give me a dislike. You know, I need to get thick skin. Comments are always appreciated and welcome. Mean comments, I don't really need to hear about those, but questions about the braces, questions about weight loss, questions about alternate day fasting, you know, I would be more than happy to share those with you, and just, you know, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.